Well, hello there, Pisces. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about what is going on in May. May, we're going to be doing the full overview, so we'll have the 4 columns of cards with 3 rows, and we are going to see where we are, what's blocking us, what our solution is for the entire month, and then we'll go in depth on the very first week at the end of this reading. All right? So, a couple of things we're going to do. Talk about the messages from my better angels. So my better angels are always guiding us, giving me little things to tell all of you so that we can all be better prepared for the month ahead, correct? We'll talk about them every week. One of the messages is that we need to be prepared for any little thing that comes down the pike. So physically, financially, and emotionally, we need to be prepared for little bumps and things to go off in the road. Because, you know, like April, when a little cattywampus here and there was a little bumpy, we're not done yet. So we're being prepared for that. The next thing to know is that we are going to be using positive thinking and positive imagery in our minds to create positive outcomes in other areas of our life. So whether it's work, relationships, little arguments amongst ourselves, and or on the global scale. If we all get our minds together thinking about positive outcomes for everybody in general, we can in fact create that as part of our existence. Let's do some hard work, eh? The final message is that we should remain humble. So it doesn't mean that we're all fluffed up all the time necessarily. It just means, Pisces, that we need to consider the possibility that when we're humble, we're just keeping our feet on the ground, right? We're staying ready for what's going on, and it's part of that being prepared thing. And if we get ourselves too fluffed up and excited about who we think we are, sometimes we can fall from greater heights, right? So, not that anyone's falling anywhere, but you get the gist that we want to stay humble. That's all. There can't be a fall if you don't get too fluffed up, right? All good. So let's go ahead and get you a couple of cards going on right away. We're going to need that guiding card for the whole month, right? Let's see what we have here. This here is the Earthly Souls and Moon Oracle. Let's go ahead and get you, Pisces, a card for May. This is a card we're going to revisit every week of this month's readings. So you'll see this one over and over and over again, okay? I'm going to set these aside. Let's see what card we got. Ooh, adventure. Huzzah! What? Tell me a story about that. That is going to be awesome. So, yeah. So whatever you're doing, Pisces, it's going to be an adventure. Be well packed. Be prepared for all the little twists and things that go on. There are obviously opportunities and doors awaiting, so you don't have to be concerned about that. But yeah, adventure awaits. Huzzah! Good for you. Excellent. We're going to save that over here so that we can look at that every week that we come back and talk about it. And that is super fun. Now we have this deck here we're going to use for our mystery card for this month. Every week we'll pull one from this deck. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle. We're going to use this card as our final closing card, much like we used the Pirate deck last month. But this month we're using this card here, this deck. All right, so this is your card for this particular week. We'll go ahead and set these cards aside. We gotta light our candle. It is, oh, you're gonna love this, Pisces. Oh yeah, you are. This is Witty Wicks. They are a funny candle company, and they make funny candles. And this one is called Naughty. I'm very certain somebody gave this to me, and well, there you go. That's their opinion about me. I'm quite naughty, apparently. So yes, here we are. This is a Witty Wicks candle. So you can definitely look for those and see what you think. They last quite a long time. I'm very impressed. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into what's going on here with this pirate deck that we have. Remember, I told you all about it. Decks are all listed in the description box below. But we're going to use this deck for the whole month of May. So we'll have the 4 columns of cards. Everybody needs to make some space here, okay? And now we're going to have 3 rows. This is where we are. Second row is going to be what's blocking us. And the third row will be our solution. And isn't it fun to see more than just one card per week? I am super enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. All right. So we're going to set this deck aside. All right. Now, like I said, we're going to go in depth on the very first week. This is the 4th through the 10th. We'll come back to it at the end of the overview. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this right now. We have the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is about you getting some empowering information that you need to keep to yourself, okay? The more you keep it to yourself, the more likely you'll be able to take advantage of it, okay? If anyone else finds out what you know, they might take advantage of that and leave you in the dust. So, shh. It's about being quiet and careful with this information and not letting it just go willy-nilly everywhere it wants to, okay? Where you're blocked is the 3 of Wands. You may not be remembering lessons from your past at this time, so just be aware that you're kind of operating at a deficiency. So with this card and this card coming together, I'm more uncertain that you're going to keep it to yourself. You might actually do the thing where you share again with somebody thinking that they're your bestie, when in fact they're getting ready to do something that would put you in the mat, put you out. So maybe just get the information and sit still with it, and don't try and take action right away, because you don't have to worry about remembering lessons from your past then, right? But the Knight of Swords is here saying that you're going to need to fight for your power. So yeah, it's sort of pointing to the idea that you will share it with a friend and they will start to take it, but you will fight for it. So interesting. It is about you and how you respond to this situation. There's a miscalculation here, okay? So you get the information, there's a miscalculation, and now you have to fight for it. Sorry about that. That isn't what we were hoping for, but it is kind of what's happening. All right, we'll slide these guys up here. The next week over, we're talking about the 11th through the 17th. King of Wands. There's a down-to-earth, easygoing male energy person who is indeed a supporter of you. He is very grounded, very chill, brother from another mother kind of vibes, and you can count on him. This could also be a mentor. You can count on this person to help you feel calm and grounded in the situation as things unfold in this particular week. All right? You're not going to be in a position to fight for your heart's desire in the mix. So whatever you want isn't necessarily going to be on tap. Just be aware of that. Maybe you're making what he wants happen. Maybe he's the one you're trying to please. And when he's a mentor, you kind of want to please him anyway. So, cool. But realize it's not about you this particular week, okay? We have the Queen of Cups. She is part of your solution. She speaks from her feelings. So she's an emotionally based feminine energy person who is going to be of some service to you at this time. She is part of your solution. So she might keep you on track. Hey, honey, pay attention to what he wants, all right? Stay here. Don't worry about yourself right now. It'll all work out. You and your needs will be taken care of in the end, okay? So she's going to keep you on track, which is super cool, because she could have been, I mean, Queens of Cups can bring the drama if they choose to, and or not. So this is good news, and I'm very excited to see that you're not going to be knocked out with that. You're going to actually have her as part of your solution. All right. Next week over is the 18th through the 24th. The Page of Wands. New information about something you need to learn. All right. So you're going to be told, hey, you should learn this, this, and this, and it'll help you. Okay. So whatever you need to learn, you're going to be taking note of it. Like, okay, good. Once I learn this new information, it'll help me. However, it may not bring you into a place of being solid and secure in your power, okay? So it may not secure your seat at the captain's table, all right? Just to be aware of that. Sorry, that pirate jargon just flew out. But yeah, you're not going to be feeling whatever you're learning doesn't necessarily put you in the captain's chair. What it does do is give you the new information that you need, all right? Two of Swords is showing up as your solution. So stepping through your fear. Whatever you're fearing at this time, you need to step through it and move through, okay? You're being nervous about something that you need to work on, and I'm sure more will be revealed. But at the same time, right this minute, we're saying just step through your fear and go forward, okay? Now finally, the final week of May, we have the 25th through the 31st. The Page of Swords is here. New information about how to manifest more power. Interesting. Okay, so now we've got this coming to you. You started with information about power. Now you're getting more information about power. So nice little bookends on your month. All right. Now where you're blocked, the Seven of Swords. You're blocked from using your power to help other people. So you're not going to be able to walk in there and start delegating things and being kind of in charge. Okay, you're not going to be in charge. You're not taking your power back in this situation. It may be a different kind of power that you're working with, okay? Now, interesting. We have the Queen of Swords, another lady, another strong lady, no less, who's going to be standing up and possibly the source of this information for you. And also, I feel like she's going to be the one who's making the call about who's in charge. She's going to break up the fights or whatever's going on, whatever disagreements are happening, and unclearness, she's going to clear it all up, okay? Mostly because she's the one who's in charge, all right? So be aware that she will be the one who's in charge and that you don't want to get in her way because she will step on you and it will be painful, all right? So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and save these cards. We'll revisit all of these in another video, one at a time, 1 week at a time, of course, and we'll go in depth on them at their correct moment. All right, now then, I have these 3 cards for the May 4th through the 10th. All right, now let's go ahead and clarify them with these beautiful Light Seers Tarot. All right, OMG, you got a double whammy already. Whoa, bam, that was so fast. All right, so let's talk about what's going on. We have the Three of Swords times 2, all right? So you are definitely getting new information. This information will come to you. It will be very powerful. It could also have something to do with past relationships or current relationships, stuff from the past that could be very, there's options to have this be some emotional information as well as powerful. So it will give you power to take care of whatever you need to take care of. There could have been some infidelity in the mix for some of you. I'm sorry to say that out loud, like so plainly, but pay attention to the process and think about what's going on and how it affects you. And in this case, interestingly, well, we got 2 double whammies. Here, you're going to immediately want to fight for your power. This is the Knight of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. So we have that happening. You definitely want to fight for your power. You want to be in control of the situation. Interesting, when they give you the information, but you want to take action immediately. And it's like, okay, wait a minute, pause. You're not remembering lessons from your past. This is where you're blocked. You can't remember anything from your past or how anything affects you. So you're not recollecting anything else. Six of Swords here. You're not able to use your power at this time to help anybody. So you're just kind of... Wreck-It Ralph, do you know who that is? He's a cartoon guy. Came out of a video game, and he breaks things. That's all I'm getting right now, is that there's part of you that wants to not you're not going to be very helpful at this time, okay? Your power is not going to be helpful. It's going to be destructive. And there will not be a doorway that opens for you. This isn't something you can run away from or get away from, even when you're feeling what you're feeling. The best answer I can say for somebody who's in this particular vibe while all this is happening is if you can just take a minute and sit on your hands, that would be very helpful. Not to be in action, okay? I'd love to throw you a hermit card, but I can't. What's coming is you have 2 Knights of Swords. Fighting for your power in a situation. This could be fighting for your relationship, fighting for your partnership, fighting for everything that matters to you in this moment, right? Interesting. There's a lot going on this week where your solution is to fight, and your inclination is to fight, your solution is to fight. It means never doesn't have to mean physically doing things, but it definitely means you need to, like I said, you aren't going to be able to help people with your power right now. You're not going to be able to fix things right now. You're going to be making things, there's a chance you could make things worse unless you take a moment, all right? Just take a moment, because the Magician is here to say, hey, you have the tools at your disposal. You just need to take a minute, observe the situation for what it truly is. Take your personal self out of it, right? If you remove yourself from the situation, you can see it more clearly, okay? Don't come at it in an emotional way. The swords are not real emotional. They're power. They're all about the power. The information was all about the power, right? So, but I feel like it's all tied up in emotions, because this one's really very, very much so an emotional card. And your inclination was immediately to run. Run and make it fix it, right? So take a deep breath, and see how you can apply your tools to the situation and work on fixing it, okay? 6 of Pentacles says you have enough money to take care of yourself and a little bit extra to play with. That extra to play with is going to be your solution, all right? So breathe and receive and work your way through this, okay? All right, breathe. Now, we're going to go ahead and get a message from the Cosmic Oracle. See what they have to say about what happened here this particular week. Seems like a lot of fire happened. And that's kind of interesting for Pisces, right? But let's see. What do we have? When you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. So, I feel like that's where this is at, is that there's a lot of turmoil happening, but you found something that does excite you when you take a minute and slow down. You'll be able to get into your solution and enjoy that ride, okay? So, cool. I'm going to go ahead and leave this card here. Now, you need a pocket full of rocks. What do you got? All right. We have red jasper, black amethyst, and tiger eye. Now, red jasper here is a 2nd chakra stone, which is all about the physical activity that goes with being creating the things that you're dreaming up in your creative mind, okay? Your 2nd chakra is your creative center. So if the artist in you is going to be coming out, the problem solver in you is going to be coming out, that's good. And it's all about action. The swords are all about action. So you're going to be taking some action in a positive way. At least you have the opportunity to be positive in that way. So please be creative and handle your business, all right? Black amethyst is about seeing the bigger picture, about how you fit into the global perspective, like the globe, like around the planet. What are you doing, and what impact are you having on the planet? That could be that you smile at the right person, they become a world leader, presto changeo. Your smile inspired them to think about people like yourself and do more for the people than he did for other people, than for the the companies and the universe changes, correct? Big picture. So you're going to be able to see that through your third eye. This is a 6th chakra stone. So you'll be receiving that information through your third eye and being able to take that in as it comes, all right? Perfect. Now, along with that, we have Tiger Eye, which is saying your 7th chakra is open, and your better angels are going to be talking to you, sending you messages. All right, so watch your dreams. Make sure that you could put this under your pillow if you wanted to at night. You would definitely have some interesting dreams, and you'd want to record those, all right? That would be very helpful to you as you receive, all right? Excellent. So, what's our mystery card for this week, all right? Observer. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? The observer shows up to say, hey, this is a good time for you to take a minute and look around. What is the magician doing right here? He's watching what's going on and working out a proper spell to go with it. But he had to observe it. And if you'll notice, he's watching it from outside the solar system, it looks like. So that's really cool. Pay attention to what is going on. Look at the details. Remember that how you react to the details is as important as what the details are, okay? You have power over your reaction more so than anything else. So react accordingly, but react carefully depending on what you want your outcome to be. You can think about this before you react. Yes, you can. You can say, well, I want to see a happy outcome. So if I react in a volatile way, there's not going to be a happy outcome. So figure out what the goal is and react accordingly. So that's very cool. Observe and react accordingly. Perfect. Love that. So beautiful. All right. Pisces. You don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to. If you do want to carry them, that would be great. Comment below. Let me know. If you want to carry something else, you can also comment, or even comment on the reading itself. I'm here for it. I'm here to talk to you in any way you want about anything you want. If you do decide that you'd like a private reading, you can book a private reading. There's a link in the description box along with my schedule, which will tell you where in the world I am at any given time doing readings at Renaissance fairs. You should come on out to the fair, put on a costume, and let's do this, all right? I'd love to see you at the fair. And also, what the decks are. If you want to see these decks or think about purchasing these decks for yourself, go ahead and check it out. They're all listed there, so you won't have to worry about hunting and stuff. You can find it right there. All right? Excellent. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel yet, that would be really helpful, and it would really help me, and I really would appreciate it. It makes a huge difference, every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here, and we will talk to you next week about the 11th through the 17th. See you then.